Alright, y'all, it's Temperature. Let's talk about James Gunn's Superman. Now, for context, I've been a day one defender of this movie. This is in my top 5. Actually, this is my number 1 most anticipated movie of the year. Which, if you know me, or even if you don't know, because a lot of people don't know this, I used to hate DC with a passion until I think 2014, 2015. I used to hate DC. I've been a Marvel guy since I quite literally got out the hospital from being birthed. Straight to comic books and cartoons and all that. Like Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Ultimate Spider-Man, the 90s Spider-Man, the old X-Men, any comic you can find. Give me my Marvel superheroes, bruh. Like give me anything. I want it all. I hated DC for that very reason, because I was under the impression of, if you really rock with Marvel to this extent that I was believed to be a hater of DC. There were no fusion of the two. You barely ever seen someone rep DC as hard as Marvel or Marvel as hard as DC. But as I grew up, I was pushed to watch some Batman movies. I hated them. The Dark Knight, I hate The Dark Knight. That movie is, mind my French here, garbage. It's hot gabarhe. It is one of, I'm not going to get into it, but I do not like the Dark Knight trilogy. Bane, okay, so I think the last movie came out around the same time I started warming up to DC, mainly because of Lego Batman. Bane was, God, it was so dreadful, because I started watching the old Batman shows, the cartoons, I started reading the comics. This Bane? The dog is something weird, Batman. What the hell? This isn't Bane. This is a different character. He's cool, I guess. Just don't mask him with the Bane mask. Don't call him Bane. He is not Bane. He is another character portraying Bane, alright? This is the Chameleon. Anyway, as you can see, DC, it was a rough road with me and DC. Now, I absolutely love DC. I love Marvel, both equally. Marvel owns live action. DC owns animation. They can't be touched on either of their peaks. They can't. I truly believe that. The Batman is the only good If I was to name every good DC live action movie, we got the Batman, and we got Joker. And we got the first Christopher Reeve Superman. We got Man of Steel, Zack Snyder's Justice League, Suicide Squad, the newer one. You're going to see a pattern. Most of what I'm naming is coming from recent years, because DC did not have it back then. They did it! I don't know how their live action movies got as big as they got. They did not have it back then. Michael Keaton's Batman, I didn't like him. Not at all. Like, he was one of the things that people try to put me on to. The Dark Knight trilogy, Michael Keaton's Batman. I don't like it. I like Batman and Robin, but that's a terrible movie. That's because I like how bad it is. I mean, I'll put it on right now, because it's that bad, I find it good. But that's the only reason I like it. And I do like their Mr. Freeze. I do like Arnold Schwarzenegger playing Mr. Freeze. I always liked it. I'm not going to debate this. But I'm saying all this to follow Superman. I only liked the first Christopher Reeve Superman, which again I haven't seen since I think 2013, and I do like Henry Cavill's. I like Man of Steel, but it's Man of Steel's not my top 10. It's not my top 20. It's not even in my top 30. Man of Steel is just a good movie. Zack Snyder's Justice League, on the other hand, might be top 10 comic movies of all time. Like that movie is a perfect DC movie. Henry Cavill was. I was starstruck, alright? I was starstruck. Ben Affleck, come on, bro. There's a reason he's the best Batman. But, like, what I'm trying to say is, I only really like 2 Supermen. Christopher Reeves, again, just the first movie I haven't seen since 2013, and Henry Cavill. Now, when this poster came out, I was following this movie, the cast reveals, I was against it all. I was against the cast reveal. I was against everything about this movie. I'm sorry for ranting for like 4 minutes. I do apologize. I just looked at the time as I'm recording this. I apologize. I'm sorry. But I was against everything about this movie. David Corenswet as Superman? This guy? Lex Luthor's who? What's his name? Holt. His last name is Holt. But he plays Beast in the X-Men movies. Like Days of Future Past and all that. And I'm like, this Nicholas Hoult, that's his name. He's Lex Luthor? Come on, dog. And then, what's her name? Is Lois Lane? Dude, what? I don't even know her name. She's so bad. And like, I was against everything about the movie. The only hope I had was James Gunn. I trust James Gunn. I love Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy. I love Creature Commandos. Creature Commandos is excellent. I love James Gunn products. He was the only thing I was hopeful for. And then the trailer came out. When I told you I haven't been this early for... I haven't even been this early for the Avengers Endgame or Infinity War trailer. I haven't been this. I think the only trailer I've been this early for was Spider-Man No Way Home. I think that's literally the only one. I woke up. I was ready for it. I was on the Instagram and YouTube at the same time. It started. I heard that theme. Dude, like, Crypto, take me home. That shit was hard. It was tough. Everything about the trailer was tough. And it was a teaser trailer. The amount of hate it got online, I understood it. Because people are used to the assassination of Superman. Superman is one of the most misunderstood characters of this last 2 decades. He is one of, ever since the year 2000 hit, it's been nothing but misunderstanding for Superman. And Justice came out, and then people put Superman only cares about Earth because of Lois Lane. That was terribly misconstrued. And Justice Superman, as top 5 as he is for Superman, he is one of the worst things that happened to Superman. At the same time, it was a double-edged sword because people started really misunderstanding the character then. What else? Henry Cavill. Like I said, I love Henry Cavill. In my opinion, he is the best live-action Superman. That was a misrepresentation of the character. That wasn't Superman to the Superman degree. Like, his heart wasn't on his sleeve. He was a stoic, godlike Superman. And sure, yeah, the people of the world look at Superman as a god in most iterations. But Superman, when you actually see him, when it's portrayed as him being the main character, not in the vision of everybody else, he's nowhere near. And he's the most humble dude on the planet, which is the most ironic part. That's why a lot of villains don't like him. The fuck you mean you're this humble? You're Superman! Superman! You have no weakness. You have no ops. You have everything. You can't be humble. People are trying to switch up on J. Cole now. The fuck you mean? You're humble. You're in the big 3. What, are you gonna apologize? Like, what are we, like, people are starting to get their heads and their mind wrong about who Superman is. Play Lego Batman. Read Superman All-Star. Actually pick up a book or a game and get into the character before you be like, oh, Superman's this or that. Can't he be Superman? Superman's all this and that and that. You shouldn't have an opinion if you haven't read a comic, a page, a day in your life. You shouldn't have an opinion if you haven't played a game. You should, hell, play Injustice. Is that what Superman is? No, but at least you'll understand what he's not. Like, bro, everyone has an opinion nowadays. And let me get to the Henry Cavill stands. I love Henry Cavill. I love what Zack Snyder did for the most part. I love it. Don't attack this new Superman before it even comes out because it looks entirely different. Like I said, that Superman is a misrepresentation, a slight misrepresentation of the character. Is it Superman? Yes, but it's not who truly Superman is. Again, I love Zack Snyder. I love him. I love Henry Cavill. I do. I really do. Like I said, he's my favorite. He's the best live-action Superman to date. It's going to be hard to beat him. But he is a slight misrepresentation. And if you don't understand that, I understand. Like I said, you aren't going to read a comic book because you're going to do what you want to do and complain on the internet. Henry Cavill, you can like Henry Cavill and like David Cornsweat. At least give the movie a chance. Coming from a recently confounded hater of sorts, give it a chance before you start hating. Know what to hate before you hate. I like how colorful the suit is. Like I said earlier, I understand people's taste for why they didn't like the teaser trailer because it was so different than what has been represented in media since 1999 and before. Like I said, 2000 hit and it was doomsday for Superman. People started to change their minds. People started to not understand because they wouldn't read or play a game or anything. So this is what Superman is, and it's really freaking ironic. All right, it's done. It's over. We're taking a new leap to a classic, true, traditional Superman, not the post-2000 Superman, okay? And if it's not for you, it's not for you. But at least watch the movie to know what you don't like. Watch the movie to understand who Superman is, to fix your brains on what the character is. And then you can be like, I don't like it. I know this is more true to the character of Superman, but I don't like his performance. You can say that. Go ahead. But at least watch it first. Understand what you're hating. I was a day one fan. The moment the teaser trailer came out, like I said, I was a hater. I was just like you people. I was a hater to James Gunn Superman before the trailer came out. I was an avid hater. I called up everybody I knew and said, I don't like this movie. I don't like the direction it's going, but I trust James Gunn. Same thing with Avengers Doomsday. I don't like the direction it's going, but I trust the Russo brothers. They have yet to fail in the comic book department. They have yet to fail. Winter Soldier, Infinity War, Endgame, what are we talking about? I trust the Russo brothers. I trust James Gunn. Okay? The moment the Caesar trailer came out, the soundtrack, beautiful. The casting, which I thought was terrible at first, turned out to be amazing. Like, it's, I can go on and on. Superman is, I think, my 50th favorite fictional character of all time. I'm trying to get more into Superman because I need to read the right things, watch the right things. But, like, I understand Henry Cavill is for everybody, too, all right? Like, don't get it twisted. There are people who don't like Henry Cavill as Superman because, like I said earlier, he doesn't portray the true version of Superman. He's more the stoicism, godlike type. The archetype such as that. There are people who don't like Henry Cavill. There are more people, I feel like, who don't like David Cornsweet before the movie even came out. This movie is going to go one of either ways. It's going to be a huge hit. Everyone's going to get on their knees and apologize the same way Berlizzi did to The Last of Us 2, which is for other reasons, but, you know, it happened. Or this movie's going to flop. And I don't think the movie's going to flop because it's going to be bad. I think the movie's going to flop because there aren't going to be enough people to give it a chance. There are people who's been saying, I'm going to give this a chance for years. I'm going to give this a chance for years. I'm going to give this a chance for years. I want to get into comics. I want to get into comics. I want to get into comics for 10 years. I want to get into Batman. I want to get into Batman. I want to get Batman for 10 years. And they never do it. I think this is going to have that effect on Superman. Either it's going to be a huge blast out the park. It's going to be amazing. It's going to save DC. Or people aren't going to show up for an actual good movie. That's what I believe. It's going to be one of two ways. The suit, yes, bro. It looks different, okay? It looks different. You're going to get tired of the same old thing. And if you did get the same old thing, you're going to be like, well, why would you cancel this to begin with? Now I don't want to watch it because it's the same what we just watched. And the fact that people don't realize this is insane. It is truly insane. It honestly hurts my heart, bro. That people don't understand change is needed. It's necessary. Just because you don't like what has changed doesn't mean it should be what was before. There's all Philly Neighborhood Spider-Man. The animation is drastically different from Ultimate Spider-Man, which is drastically different from the 90s Spider-Man, which is drastically different from Spectacular Spider-Man. X-Men and Wolverine, drastically different from the 90s X-Men, which is drastically different from X-Men 97. Change is needed. Not just in animation. I argue even Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. Those movies are not complete, but they are very different. They are very different with the same premise. Change is needed. I put Jurassic World over Jurassic Park. Like, change is needed. Trailers don't always get me hooked. The Toy Story 4 trailer, the teaser, and the official, it didn't get me hooked. Not one bit. I was an avid hater of Toy Story 4 before it came out. I was a top 10 hater of Toy Story 4 before it came out. The trailers did not do it for me at all. I watched the movie. It is my second favorite Toy Story movie. It somehow, I don't know how, but it somehow has the best antagonist in the series. It has the second best ending in the series. I'm not going to get on the animation. We don't have to talk about that. It's beautiful as is. You heard it 100 times already, I bet. Like, it's okay to hate something before it comes out, just as long as you give it a chance once it comes out, to know if your hate was truly valid or not. If your hate was valid, your hate was valid. You don't like it. I can't get on you for not liking it once you give it a chance. But if you give it a chance and you actually end up liking it, like I did with Toy Story 4, or I did with Prey, which came out, 2 years ago now? Just give it a chance. You might surprise yourself. Anyway, it's Mr. Servitor. I'm officially out. Peace.